What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Wolfcrier here, and since the latest quarterly development blog was just released, let's talk Diablo 4. The Diablo 4 team is keeping its promise by delivering yet another quarterly update, and definitely seems to be listening to feedback from players and the Diablo community as a whole. First up, we've got the Ancestral, Demonic, and Angelic system that was announced in a previous quarterly blog, but wasn't exactly received with open arms from the fans of the Diablo franchise. And I guess in addition to community feedback, the juggling of the specific separate stats required to gain the maximum benefit from this system, it seems, would unrealistically burden the player in terms of further limiting your itemization requirements in order to receive these bonuses. Therefore, this system is currently being scrapped and reworked entirely. Now, I personally wasn't against a system such as this, but can totally see the problems that could come about with this and understand the community being adverse to adding a complicated system just in order to be complicated versus a well-balanced, complex system. And I think that was a lot of the great fear out there amongst the fan base for Diablo players. So hopefully we will be getting a better glimpse of this revamp later on this year. The second part of this blog went over itemization and legendary items. And it seems that there are big changes coming in this area as well. And I, for one, am excited to hear more about this later in the year as well. For those who know me, I've played a lot of both Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. And while I have enjoyed both games immensely, one issue that I do have with the current iteration of Diablo 3 is the fact that everything comes down to specific pieces of gear. And I'm not talking about the stats on those pieces of gear. I'm talking about the fact that you cannot progress past certain points within the game with almost every single build out there without wearing identical pieces of gear as everybody else in the game. I want legendaries to be impactful, and they should be. And I think that they should be used to offer variations to builds and playstyles. But in the end, I don't want another system where I have to wear the exact 13 legendary items as the guy next to me in order to compete in whatever endgame system comes to Diablo 4. Like I said, I really love Diablo 3, but I think that's where it is lacking the most. I have problems with a few things in that game, Paragon system and stuff like that, but I think the build variations and the locked-in-ness, if you will, when it comes to certain gear for every single character as far as being able to compete at a high level. I think that's something that definitely needs to be addressed in Diablo 4, and hopefully with the news that's going to be coming later this year, we are going to hear exactly how they're going to accomplish this. But right now, I want to talk about my absolute favorite part of this blog. The new revamped skill tree. It looks absolutely amazing. I'm sorry, but this is the depth that I was hoping for from this game. Meaningful player choices allowing you to unlock skills, skill functionality, and passives. As you progress through the upper skill portion of the tree, you will unlock passive points that can be spent down in the tree's roots. I am hoping to see more possible cross sections in the tree, as I'm currently thinking these are very linear branches, and I think that could really expand build creativity, but we also don't have a full view of every node on this tree yet, so there might already be something like that that is going on currently in that skill tree. But boy, oh boy, is it a beautiful looking skill tree. Let's just hope that its beauty also translates over into its utilization. And to wrap things up, it seems that the Barbarian is not going to be the only class in Diablo 4 with its own unique playstyle. We learned at BlizzCon 2019 that the Barb would have an arsenal system that would allow him to switch weapons mid-combat to increase his power. Now it seems that each individual class will also have their own specific class mechanics. And this update offered up a glimpse at the sorceress enchantment system. Sorcs would be able to slot skills as active ones, similar to other characters in the game, where you have these skills on your bar and can press your keys in order to self-cast these skills yourself. But the Sorc will also be able to slot these skills as an enchantment instead, effectively changing the skill from an active one that you cast to a passive one with different powerful effects. You would not be able to place one skill within 2 spots. You can't have an active one also be an enchantment skill. So your choices will obviously change up your build. I think this system sounds pretty cool, and hopefully it is something that allows for a great amount of variations in terms of build ideas. And I can't wait to hear more about this system specifically and what's in store for other classes in Diablo 4. Cough, cough, Druid. Can't wait for that one, actually. Overall, I think this was the best update yet, and am so glad that the Diablo 4 team has continued to keep these going. All of the systems showed off in this blog look shiny and sound cool, and I am already looking forward to the next update in order to learn more. I'm just hoping that Diablo 4 will be able to pull off these systems in a way that leads to many, many different builds and build variations within the game. That's what I want most out of Diablo 4. I want variation in how you can play this game. I think all of these systems, if incorporated correctly, can do just that. It's just going to take a lot of effort on the developers in order to make sure that they mesh well without pigeonholing the players into specific builds and specific classes, etc. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you so very much for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. I always greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let me know down in that comment section down below your thoughts on the latest Diablo 4 quarterly development update. I personally am stoked and can't wait for the next one. But all right, once again, thank you so very much, and you all have a fantastic day. Peace.